So, you want to understand what's going on in a woman's head when you stop chasing her? Alright, I'll tell you everything. But let me warn you right now, if you're expecting a sweet and comforting answer, forget about it. There's no room for illusions here, the talk is straight, no sugarcoating. First thing, stop thinking she's sitting around missing you because you didn't send that "good morning, princess" message. The reality is different, my friend. She's still living her life, just like she always has. Now, obviously, if you stop chasing her, she'll notice. But not in the way you're imagining. She won't be sad or crying because you stopped messaging. Her thought process will be much more calculated. Did he get tired of being just another one? Yes, because while you're there, agonizing over it, she has plenty of options, lots of ways to distract herself. And let's be honest, many women love playing emotional push-and-pull games. They disappear for a while, just to pop back up out of nowhere, testing if you're still caught in their web. And what do? You respond immediately because you're predictable. And that's where you're making a mistake. But don't worry, in this video, I'll show you how to change that and stop being a puppet in this little game. Now, if you're sitting there waiting for her to come running back just because you pulled away, good luck. Maybe she will, maybe she won't. What you cannot do is sit around waiting for it. While you're mentally wearing yourself out, she could be laughing, knowing she's still in control. So, do this, hit the like button on this video, subscribe to the channel, and stop being a fool. Today you're going to learn how to free yourself from these emotional games that only leave you more confused. The impact of rejection. The dreaded feeling of rejection. This is the first blow to her ego when you stop chasing her. And it's not just some fleeting sadness, it's a real shock to her reality. The girl who saw herself as the queen of your world now starts to wonder, what's happening? Did he lose interest in me? And then, her ego starts screaming because nobody likes to feel they've been left behind. First comes the sadness. She starts thinking she's been discarded, like the attention you gave her before no longer matters. She starts questioning her own importance. Did I do something wrong? Am I not as interesting as I thought? Every message you don't send, every call you don't make becomes a puzzle for her. She desperately tries to understand where things went wrong. And then, after the sadness, comes the anger. Because, of course, who do you think you are to just leave her like that? Her ego takes a nosedive, and it's all your fault. She starts creating stories in her head. He must be with someone else, or worse, he's doing this just to provoke me. And these kinds of thoughts not only make her angry at you but also at herself. She starts criticizing herself, thinking, what do I need to do to get him to notice me again? And there, my friend, is where the psychological game begins. Put yourself first and make your life the key that echoes in your ex's mind. Do you want him or her to beg you to stay? Discover powerful psychological strategies with our digital book. Access it now in the video comment. Don't forget the shame either. For her, admitting she was rejected is almost like showing weakness. She starts avoiding any situation where she might see you, faking smiles, trying to keep her composure, but inside, she's falling apart. Now, the most interesting part of this whole process is that this feeling of rejection also leads to reflection. She begins to review every detail of your interactions, trying to understand what went wrong, as if she could solve this puzzle. But while she's over there, racking her brain, you've already moved on. And this is the most important point. You didn't create any expectations, you're not waiting for her to come back. And that's exactly what disarms her. The simple fact that you keep moving forward without looking back makes her wonder, did he forget about me for good? And the answer to that is what will determine her next steps. The fear of losing. The classic feeling of loss. It's incredible how, all of a sudden, someone who didn't care about you at all starts seeing you as something valuable, right? And the funniest part? You didn't even leave for good. You just stopped chasing her, and that was enough to make her head explode with worry. When you were there, present, available, she barely noticed you. But now, just a little distance, and bam, you become the trophy she never valued. The fear of losing you is a powerful emotional trigger. She starts remembering the good moments you had, the laughs, the conversations. Even the little things that once went unnoticed now seem important. Did I lose him forever? Is there still time to fix this? And at this point, she enters an obsessive cycle of self-analysis, replaying every detail of the relationship as if she's trying to solve a big mystery. But what's most interesting is that, in reality, nothing has changed. You didn't officially end things, there wasn't a big fight. What causes this panic is simply the possibility of losing you. And this feeling of loss, even if it's imaginary, makes her chase after you. But be careful, this desperation isn't eternal. She may panic now, try to win you back, but once she feels like she has you again, that fear of losing you will disappear, and she'll go back to treating you with the same disregard as before. That's why the key here is understanding that you need to always stay one step ahead. It's not enough for her to chase after you once. The real power is in how you handle this situation strategically. Don't let her fear of losing you be temporary. Always be the one who's just out of reach, the one who's never completely available. Tired of chasing and being ignored? It's time to change that. You know how frustrating it is to feel like an option, always waiting for a response that never comes. But it doesn't have to be like that. With the Unstoppable Conquest Guide, you're going to turn the tables. Learn how to be the man women desire, without more humiliation or games. Want to know how to make them chase after you? Then click the link and get access to the guide that will transform your love life. The choice is yours, keep suffering or take control. Curiosity as a weapon. Now, let's get to the part that really messes with her mind, curiosity. When you disappear without explanation, what's left is a void that she tries to fill with theories. Her mind starts racing. What's going on? Did he find someone more interesting? What did I do to make him pull away? Curiosity is like a mental trap that keeps growing inside her, without giving her any rest. She starts stalking you on social media, checking every post, every like, every comment you make. Nothing goes unnoticed. And it doesn't stop there. If she has mutual friends with you, rest assured she's going to try to extract information in every possible way. She wants to find out where you are, who you're with, and why. It's almost as if she becomes a detective, piecing together a puzzle to figure out what's happening. But here's the crucial part, the less you reveal, the stronger her curiosity becomes. If you give any hint, any clue, the fascination ends, and she loses interest. The secret is to maintain the mystery. The more of an enigma you are, the longer she'll stay caught in this cycle of curiosity, trying to figure out what happened and why you changed. Self-analysis and reflection. And here comes the moment of self-analysis. When you stop chasing her, she starts asking herself, am I the problem? She, who was used to being the center of attention, now finds herself facing a guy who's no longer interested in playing the game. This makes her rethink everything. She starts reviewing every conversation, every gesture, trying to understand where she went wrong. She analyzes every detail, thinking she might have said or done something that pushed you away. And in some cases, this process of reflection leads her to try to change. She may even try to be more affectionate or, on the contrary, more distant in an attempt to regain the control she lost. But here's the most interesting point, you've already moved on. And the simple fact that you've done this makes her spiral into doubt. Are you really no longer interested? Did she lose control? And even if she moves on, that doubt will still linger over her for a long time. After all, you were different from all the others. The power of silence. Finally, we come to the ultimate trump card, the power of silence. When you disappear without explanations, without drama, you create a void that speaks louder than any words. Silence creates mystery, and where there's mystery, there's confusion. She starts wondering, did he forget me? Did I do something wrong? Is he with someone else? Silence forces her to seek answers, to try and figure out what's going on. And her fear of losing you only grows because, in the absence of your words, she realizes that maybe you're really leaving. But pay attention, the key isn't just to disappear out of nowhere. It's knowing how to use silence strategically from the start. Silence is one of the most powerful tools you have if you know how to use it. It forces her to invest in the relationship, even if just to understand where you are and what you're thinking. And the most interesting part? The less you talk, the more she'll want to know. Mystery is what keeps the game interesting, and you need to be the enigma she can never fully solve. Did you like the video? Then go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any content that will help you master this game. Remember, the one who stays silent controls. And if you made it this far, comment "I control the game" to show that you're on the right path. Because, at the end of the day, those who understand the power of silence and strategy control not only the game but their own destiny. Are you ready to take control?